started in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship back.
All right, here we are back in Bangkok, Roman Anton Podcast, and I have MK Tutay is how I'm used to saying it here now.
Hey,
yes. Is that correct? Okay.
That's right.
Mary Kay Mendoza, do we not say those words?
Oh, you can say those. It's
right.
Just too long.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
My family and friends used to call me Mary Kay when I was little, and when I became a teenager, they sort of decided to shorten it. They're like, "Oh, Mary Kay is too long, so why not make it MK?" So
what would
how
you
I
like
got
me
the
to call you, MK?
MK. I
All
actually like it more than Mary Kay.
Yeah.
MK sounds cooler.
It feels sort of Western.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does.
If that's what you're going for.
Yes.
Okay. It's sort of like a sport name too, but it's sort of better than that. All right. Well, welcome to town. I think you were, if I'm not mistaken, you were born in Thailand.
That's right.
Okay, but and correct me if I'm saying this wrong or offensively. Your parents are from the Philippines, so you're of a Filipino origin.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have?
Pure.
Yeah. Right. So you're pure, but you're born in Thailand, so you get
Yes.
that added bonus, if that's a bonus. Do you have a homeland or a hometown that they cop to, or no?
Oh, well, since I was born here, I don't. But my
Right.
parents, they are from different provinces.
Can you say which ones?
So my dad, he's from Quezon province. It's
Quezon.
called Ginyangan.
Oy.
And my mom, she's from Pangasinan. So she's Ilocano. That's how you call people from Pangasinan. That's what my relatives tell me. If you're from Pangasinan, you're Ilocano. Okay.
Ilocano. Is that, are either of those describing a language or are they describing a people?
It's both the people and the dialect. Yeah.
All right. Can I ask you just to push this down a little so it's straight on to you now that we fooled
Like
with it
this?
before? Yeah.
Okay.
There, that's much better.
All
Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We were fooling with the mic before. And so I'm going to get back to that Ilocano. So is that also a dialect? Like, can you speak Ilocano?
Oh, I can't.
Is there an Ilocano language?
It's a language, yeah,
okay.
a dialect.
Because Frank, every time I think I'm starting to make inroads to the Philippine culture or people or society, I get a new one thrown at me. So I'm pretty sure that Tagalog, is that the national language or am I wrong in that?
Tagalog is...
See, I can't even get it
language,
straight.
yeah. It's
Right.
Filipino is the national language.
Philippine.
Yes.
Filipino. All right, so you speak Filipino
I speak Filipino.
and Tagalog
Yeah.
and Visaya.
Bisaya is another language.
Right, so that's three, right?
And Ilocano is another language.
Do you speak Ilocano? All right, do you speak Ilocano?
I don't.
Do
My
you
mom does.
Do you speak Filipino?
I do.
Do you speak Tagalog?
Yeah, they're basically the same thing.
Understood.
Yeah,
All right.
Filipino, Tagalog. It's just that Tagalog is the informal way of
Right.
saying Filipino. I don't know. It's just some Filipinos prefer Filipino, but we normally just say Tagalog.
I want to prefer what you prefer because I don't
prefer
know.
Tagalog.
There we
but,
go. And so do you then speak another dialect as well?
Well, I've been trying to learn how to speak another dialect.
Which one?
It's called Pangasinense.
Okay.
Yes. So, but it's really hard, and
Yeah.
since I didn't grow up there,
Right.
it's even more challenging. Even if my grandma speaks in that dialect to me, I still can't like speak it, but I
Right.
do understand. So if they try to tell me something I can't understand, but I can't speak it back to them.
So I got you. So the Pangasin is mom's side or is that dad's side? I already
My
forget.
mom's
Right.
side.
And so Kazin, is that yet another language or? is
It's
that-
just Tagalog.
Okay.
Yes, the pure Tagalog. So no other dialects. It's they speak what I speak.
Okay.
Really easy.
And so if your mom and dad go at it and speak to each other quickly and fast, is it English first?
Oh, it's just Tagalog.
Okay, so
Yes.
Tagalog first.
Yes.
All right, and then what's
then-
second?
A little bit of English. They don't normally speak English to each other,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Just with me, especially my mom, because I don't know. Ever since I was little, she kind of wanted to train me to be a bit more comfortable speaking English than our native language. Also, just a little trivia. When I used to speak Thai, I was fluent in Thai because I grew up here. But then I had to study in the Philippines for another like 4 or 5 years. So that's how I learned Tagalog and improved my English a little bit.
Okay.
And when I came back here, I just realized, oh my God, I forgot how to speak Thai. And I just got so lazy to learn the language again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you a Thai citizen?
I could have been
Could have
if I just seriously tried to learn Thai because I have this card or something.
Okay.
And since I was born here, it makes me quite eligible to
Right.
obtain a Thai citizenship. But since there's this policy going on and it's quite strict, I cannot. And
Right.
I'm over 18, so it's kind of too late.
Yeah. Get it.
Yes.
And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't have. I was just curious.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
I wanted to, but
Yeah, someone can call in and correct me, but I think we have in the United States, if you're born there, you're a citizen.
that's right.
That's a
Yes.
weird thing, right?
Yeah, I wish it was the same here.
What's the rules in the Philippines? Do you know?
I've,
If you're born there, are you a citizen?
I'm not quite familiar with the,
Yeah.
like-
Okay. Well,
but I think if you, it's the same in the U.S. So
Okay.
if you're born there or if you like stay there for 5 years or more,
okay.
you can definitely be
Lucky draw.
yes, Filipino.
All right. So I just realized I'm going to declare this Roman Anton Philippines Week.
Nice.
There we go.
All right.
For this reason, because you're here, most importantly.
Well,
and then because Frank is here, secondly.
thanks for having me.
But then we go to the Philippines this Wednesday, and we have 3 gigs that we're playing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's really cool.
so this is our week, and we're going to release this movie when we're there on Friday. So this is Philippines Roman Anton Week. We've just
That's
declared.
amazing.
And if all things go according to plan, we're going to eat Filipino food after we leave here. So this is just like,
it's
yikes.
exactly what I'm looking forward to. I mean, you could tell with my face, it's so big. I love to eat. I'm a foodie.
I
so.
didn't. I wouldn't have made that assertion either way. But if you like food, that's good. It's a bonus.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, so we have parents who had a daughter, you, here. They are from 2 different parts of the Philippines, common language Tagalog. Mom said, MK, you're going to learn English.
That's right.
And then you go back to the Philippines for a while for schooling.
Yes.
How old were you when you left here? Do you recall?
I was like a few months before I turned 7.
Oh, so that's like the
Pretty young.
language formation period
Yes,
too, right?
I know. I learned Tagalog pretty fast, like in just
Right.
2 months. And my parents were like, wow.
Uh.
And then after like a year, my Thai was gone, just vanished. And I even bought like a CD, like a Barbie movie, but it's in Thai. So I tried to play it, and then I just realized I can't understand a single word. I was like, oh no, where did my Thai go?
Did you could you have watched that CD here when you were 6 and understood it perfectly?
Yes.
And so it just goes.
Yes.
And that's because there was no one to speak Thai with at that
Exactly.
point, right?
Yeah,
it
I
was
felt it-
0.
It was lonely.
Yeah.
I felt lonely, actually, to be the only foreigner Filipino.
Right.
Yes. Oh,
So is that so you went back for school. So what type of school was it?
it's just a normal school.
A public school?
It's a private school.
Private school.
I
Okay. So
believe.
not so normal.
Yes.
Okay.
And my aunt works there, so that's how I got to
Nice.
study there.
Where was that?
It's in Manila. So is it all right if I
Sure.
tell you the name? It's
sure.
called Adamson University, but they also have like the secondary. Yes.
Okay.
Is it? Is it HISO? Really? Okay. I'm just gonna say okay.
So Adamson University is a university, which means college level, collegiate level to me, but it has a preschool or a school that you went to when you're 8, and it was private
Yes.
in Manila.
Yeah, it
So
has.
school uniforms and the whole deal.
Yes, school
Yeah, yeah.
uniforms.
Yeah. And so where were you living when you were here, 0 to 7?
I'm sorry.
Where did you live in Thailand when you were 0 to 7 years old?
Oh, I lived in. Oh well, I can't remember. My memory.
That's all right.
Because my parents, they're also musicians, so they kind of relocate every once in a while.
Okay.
All over Thailand. Well, I do remember living in Krabi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a short time, I think.
Why do you remember that?
Oh, it's because it's memorable. Every time my parents are at their gigs, I would also like go there and watch. And I was just a little kid. I was very energetic and so into like dancing. So I would, grab all the guests, customers to like join me. And my mom was like, "Oh, you're so confident when you were little. Where did all that confidence go now?" Yeah. So yeah. And then we also lived at certain like places around Bangkok, like Minburi, Ekamai.
So right. So saying Minburi and Ekamai, it is like night and day. That one's the middle of the city and the other one's outside. So, so your memory. So are you remembering this stuff as we sit here? Is that why these are? You're stretching here. So do you remember the rock formations at Krabi? Is that why you remembered that, or do you remember the hotel? Or
I remember the hotel, the pool, the stage. Yeah.
How about outside of that, like the cool
outside
James Bond style rocks and mountains and blue water?
I don't think I remember
none of that. Okay.
None of that. Yeah.
You remember just the venue?
Yeah, just the venue.
Okay, and then Minburi. Do you remember that for the venue as well?
It was. I don't really know where they work at that time, but we were just living in a simple house.
Yeah, okay.
Townhouse.
You remember it? You can see it in your
Yes,
head?
I can see it.
Yeah.
The gate was white.
White picket fence.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And I was just really little. I used to play with my neighbor.
Nice.
Yeah, and my dad even filmed it while I was playing with my friend, and we were speaking in Thai, singing Thai songs, doing Thai dance. And as I was rewatching that, I was like, I don't even know what I was saying. I was like, oh, I really need to learn Thai again.
Yeah, that's a weird, like looking at yourself
it's like,
speaking a different language and you don't remember. It's sort of
yes, exactly.
like brain injury or something.
I
right?
know. I was like,
Yeah.
did I get an amnesia or something?
Yeah, interesting. Well, I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things, and I think there's memories that are sort of family memories that you share as a memory but don't remember.
Yes.
Right? And then you
Yes,
see
I
it and
get
you're
it,
like,
I get
wow,
it.
okay.
Okay, yes.
So how about Tonglar, you said? Do you remember that as a white house with a fence, or were you when you were there?
Oh, you mean in Ekamai?
Ekamai, I'm sorry.
Ekamai.
Yeah.
So this is slightly different. It was just an apartment,
Uh-huh.
a small room for just me and my family. I don't even know how we fit in there.
Yeah.
It was
city
just
now.
it was just me and my grandma. Actually, my grandma, so my mom's mom, she raised me because since my parents work at night,
Right.
because gigs are usually at night.
I sleep in the day.
I sleep in the day, so we rarely spend time. We rarely have like a quality
Right.
time. I'm always usually with my grandmother.
Yeah.
So yeah, grandma's girl.
Right. And so you were in school somewhere for each of those stops. So you switched schools. So did you have
I
Thai
switched
buddies?
schools a lot.
Yeah. Long lost.
I think I did, but I can't really.
Yeah. Dudes or
Yeah.
girls? Boys or girls?
I do remember one dude. He and I go to the same school, so we kind of like walk together to that school, I think. So
Yeah.
we go to school, we go back home the same time together because we're literally like really close to each other.
Yeah.
Like he's just across
City kids?
yes.
Or was that out in the country?
City.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
protection, right? Just
Yes.
sort of stick together.
Yes.
So, all right. So then you go to Manila to go to the school. That's a university, but you're in the preschool for the school. And up to that point, is music involved yet? Or are you not musical or not participating?
Oh, it's funny because it wasn't serious though. I was already slightly involved, and so what my aunt would do was she would just encourage me to sing for fun. And at that time, there were like events in school that she organizes, and then she tries to like, make me perform sometimes.
Yeah.
But I was just a kid, so I can't really remember. And I was like, okay, sure thing, because it looked fun for me. And so there's this thing back then. It's like the most, I'm sorry, I hope you don't find this offensive, but like it's the most low-tech thing that I have seen. And I remember you have to burn CDs. Is that right?
Yeah,
Not
sure.
literally burn them, but download songs and put them in the CD and then play it. It's like a karaoke kind of thing.
Sure.
Like, so we play it on the CD, and I was just singing there in front of like all the colleagues of my aunt in school. So that's somehow why I got quite popular. Not popular, but like, they kind of know because of my aunt. Like, oh, you're MK,
the singer.
The singer, and you're the niece of So.
Okay. So how old at that point? 8, 9, 10, 11?
I think I was 7.
7. So still right when you get there. So it happens right away.
Yes, right away.
And so are you a star because of your aunt, or did you feel like you were singing and you got it and people were like, listen to this little girl? Which do you think it was? You know what I mean? Like if you're the daughter of the boss, then you're like the daughter of the boss.
I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or something, but I think it's both.
Yeah, okay.
Because
how did you feel? I mean, did you think at the time like, wow, I got this. I'm singing, I'm burning CDs, and I'm singing, and I sound awesome.
I just felt like I was having fun. I didn't really think like, oh, I'm a superstar or something. Yeah. I didn't want to look like a spoiled brat or something. But I did feel like I kind of have the advantage just because my aunt works there, and she kind of, encourages me and tries to like, encourages me to, expose myself like musically.
Yeah, 7 is, I mean, you could be out jumping in puddles at 7 too, right? Like, right? There's not it's not physics or calculus yet. It's pretty basic, right?
Yes.
And so I wrote the name down on Adamson. Did we say what was the name of the school again?
Adamson University.
Yeah, Adamson University. And so Adamson, is it known for being one thing or the other scholastically? Is it known for being a music school, or is it known for just get your kids there, it's private, it's safe, and then they can go to the university and it's safe? Yeah, okay.
It's the latter.
Okay.
And I think they're known for engineering courses.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of smart kids in there too who do math and science and are like, yikes.
I think so.
Yeah. Was that you or no?
No, not me.
Not the math girl?
No.
Not
And
the science
funny
girl?
thing is, I am actually majoring in biotechnology right now. So I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, okay.
I shifted from arts to science.
So it goes around, comes
Yes.
around. Well, it's, who knows? Maybe it's equally as creative, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know what that specialty is, but we can talk about that. So at 8, are you making friends, or are you just making music? Are you friendless when you get there because of your language precariousness, or is your Tagalog sort of rolling along quickly, like you said?
In the beginning, like at first, I was friendless. I was bullied a lot.
Yeah.
And even after I learned the language, I was still bullied. I don't understand why some kids were so mean to me.
Guys or guys and girls?
Both guys and girls.
And they'd say you talk funny, you're dumb.
Yes,
Stuff like that.
like for example, I was just playing with one of these kids, my classmates, and I wanted to tell them something, and since I couldn't really speak English and I can't speak Filipino that time, I can only speak Thai. I was like, "Don't bite." Because bye means go, right? I was like, don't bye. And they're like, what are you saying? And then they started making fun of me even more. And then, so my aunt decided, oh, you know what? We should get you a tutor to teach you Filipino. So you learn the language and you can blend in, get along with these kids. But unfortunately, even after I learn the language, I still get bullied. I
think once bullied, you don't overcome the label, right?
Yeah.
I think the rule of bullying is
True.
You don't get a second chance unless you develop a superpower like Peter Parker, and then you
Exactly. Precisely.
all the myths are right.
Yes,
like,
true. But I didn't get superpowers, so
yeah, right.
I only got to
Well, and you
thing.
had the vocal thing, and
The
so
vocal
that
thing,
didn't
yeah.
save you, right? Like
that didn't. It actually made things worse.
Right.
Like a lot of kids are like, oh, my parents were telling me they're just insecure.
yeah.
Just
Ignore
them.
Yeah. All right. Well, so, I'm not saying there's rules or paths, but it's interesting to see this. So you didn't really have any English skills when you got there.
Yes, it was broken English.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always broken English.
Yeah. Right. And maybe you'd meet tourists in Crappie who, hey, little girl, or hey, sweetie,
Yes.
and you'd get that, but your parents were not leading that parade. Okay. All right. So you get there. So when does that sort of come around so you're comfortable linguistically, like 9, 10, or 8 right away, or never?
I think around 8 or 9.
Yeah, okay.
I was really comfortable speaking it.
And so you passing your courses at that point?
Yes, I was.
Like C's, or are you a good student at that point?
I wouldn't call myself a good student.
yeah.
I wasn't really competent as a student
back
then. I only learned to be that, to be serious with my studies at like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Yeah, so 12 years old or something.
12, yeah.
And so you're just trying to swim.
I was just trying to swim, and I didn't have any like helpers, like teachers, or my cousins wouldn't even help me with my assignments. So I was just on my own. So even if I didn't get like A's or something, I feel pretty proud because I was able to be part of like the honor roll students.
Oh, cool.
How you call it. Oh, but there was a time I was under my aunt's care, and she was a teacher at that school, and she was quite strict.
Yeah.
And since she's a teacher, she's even more strict with me because the expectation, you're the niece of a teacher.
Right.
So you have to, set a good example. And so she was like very strict with me, especially my ACADS. So that's how I got to like, train. She trained me to be academically competent. So, yeah.
Did she have a music side? I mean, so she got you near the burner to make the CD and karaoke your way, but she was not pushing you towards the microphone.
She wasn't. But she did try to like let me join the choir at the church because it's both a school and there's also a church. So,
that was more for religious reasons than for singing reasons.
Yes.
So, all right, I get that. So this is Mom's sister. Did we agree? This is your mother's?
She's actually a distant relative of my mom.
So auntie. So
auntie
on the mom's side.
On the mom's side.
Do you think Mom said when she sent you over, for God's sake, please, Auntie, don't push her towards music? Or do you think there was a different deal? Just help me out.
I'm actually confused because my parents, they actually encouraged me a lot, especially when they saw my potential
in music.
They were like, you know what? Keep singing.
Yeah.
Don't waste your talent. So, especially my dad, because he's much more musically inclined than my mom. My mom's just like, oh, go finish your studies and get a job and, just that. But my dad has other dreams for me. He's like, you know what? You should try to be an actress or like a celebrity in the Philippines. You can't do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But so I'm actually quite still figuring out what I want to do because I want to pursue both my studies and music.
Right.
So I'm doing both right now, actually.
Okay. And to spoiler alert, today, so the Roman Anton podcast has 3 pieces. Okay. So we sit here and talk for a while, and if you start to nod out, then we move on to the second part, which is we either Frank or I will play a musical piece, or if a guest comes in that plays, the guest will play, or if you have another skill, we'll do that. So we've gone to the basketball court where we played against a professional basketball player, Frank and I.
Wow.
We've had Nigel Okins came in and he read from his magazine. Okay. We had Tim Crowley come in and read from his book right there. We can
amazing.
See it. Tom Crowley, I think so. So you have agreed to play with Frank today a song that you've written that's already out on YouTube. So
yes.
It may be unclear as to why I'm asking some of these questions, and so now I'm clarifying it as you do have music that's currently something you do and seem to do extremely well, and so you and Frank will play a song together. And so that may clear up a little bit of what seems to be a cat and mouse game here. I'm pushing you toward the music. So, and I'm not saying one thing or the other about your mom or dad's influence. I just wanted to sort of ask when that started so I could understand how long you've been singing. So 7, 8, you found a voice with the CD burner. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you're singing a lot or a little, or all day long every day, and then at church you let loose, or how does it work in your head? Because you're still a kid and you want to go throw stuff or eat candy. And
I wasn't serious. All I knew was singing was just for fun. And that's why I actually started singing in churches. That's how I started to fall in love with music. And I mean, my parents didn't even have to push me. or like try to influence me, because they are already musicians. Ever since I was a baby, I was already listening to their rehearsals.
Yeah.
So it just synced in my mind already.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like music and I want to do music. But unfortunately, most of my relatives are like, yeah, don't. I mean, music is good, but it's not stable. So
Right. I'm not trying to call anyone
Yeah,
out here.
but-
So
but
church.
I'm like, but music is my first love.
Yeah.
And
Why? When does that? I guess I'm trying to figure out was it at 7 on the CD burner? Was it church when you sang "How Great Thou Art" or something? Or like
it was at church. I was like 10 years old. I was already here actually.
back?
Yeah, back. I just got back. So I reunited with my parents here, and so there's this church we used to go to, and so the band that plays every Sunday morning, they're called the Praise and Worship Team or Music Ministry. I think he knows that. So I was like one of the backups. So I would just sing, but not really lead. So
Right.
that's how I kind of got to like get used to singing, and yeah.
Were mom and dad in that?
Oh, they were there too, of course.
And were they in the band?
They were in the band. My dad would play the keyboard or
Okay.
the guitar or the bass or the drums.
And
It
lead vocals
depends.
or no?
My dad sings too, but my mom usually does it.
Okay.
She's the main leader.
And
Main
so-
vocals.
And so when you left when they were 7, were they in the ministry? What was it again? Ministry.
Music ministry.
Music ministry. I gotta write that down.
I believe they weren't. Yeah, they were just working.
Okay.
Yes.
And so 7, 8, 9. So you were only gone for 4-ish years.
4-ish
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Okay. And so now you come back and you speak 15 languages and you're a full-blown singer and you want in the music ministry,
Yes.
lead singing role, but they stick you in the back row and you're like, I still love this.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
And are you going to your parents' gigs now still, or are they moved off to the country and you're in the city, or how's that working?
They're actually in Wahin.
Okay. At
Yes.
that time?
No. At that
Right.
time, we were together, like
Okay.
together.
Yeah,
So every night, they just don't feel comfortable leaving me alone at home.
Yeah, of course.
Because I was just a kid and I was literally alone in that house. So
Yeah, yeah.
they decided to bring me along, and that's how I kind of, saw another like music scene. Like this is different from what I see in the church. So I was like, oh, this is like way more fun. I remember singing "Rolling in the Deep" by Adele every night.
Yeah.
Every night. I was like, how did I even survive singing that? Because it's
You would
Yeah,
get up
so-
on the stage and sing it?
they would call me. They're like, oh, so there's this little kid. She likes to sing with us tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, let's do this. It's fun. So I was singing "Rolling in the Deep" every night. Sometimes I would sing, the first song I sang on stage was "Chasing Pavements" by Adele. Yeah, I used to not like that song, but it's now one of my favorite songs because, it's just.
Is it
part of my-
chasing pavements or payments?
Pavements?
Okay, so the sidewalk.
Chasing payments. That's a different thing. I don't want that one.
Yeah, I don't know Adele. I think I know "Rolling in the Deep."
Rolling in
I
the Deep.
think I've heard that as a commercial, but I've never played that. I have a friend who loves Adele, and so I apologize here for not knowing about it.
It's all right.
So Adele is to me is a very recent musician.
Yes.
So this was 10 years ago or so you were doing this.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like 11.
Okay. And so that song, could you help me with the words to that? What is the chorus for "Rolling in the Deep"?
Oh, you want me to sing it right now?
You could say it or sing it, but just remind me of the level of complexity of Adele. Is this one of her most complex songs?
It's one of her well-known songs.
Yeah,
I would say it is complex. It's pretty challenging to sing it. Yes.
Right. What are the words to that chorus?
So, what?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, don't worry.
Are you going to get the... Oh, okay. Oh, my God. I'm not in my best condition. I might crack. My
That's
voice
all right.
might crack or something.
Oh, right. Da, da,
The
da.
fire started in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and is bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out in the alley or ship there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks. So you're 12 doing that?
Yes.
Do you understand I don't know the words. So do you understand what you're singing, or do you just, is this just you love Adele, you love her voice, the song rocks, you love how your parents play it? What is the attraction that's happening? Is it being on stage?
Yes, being on stage. It was like a playground to me.
Yeah,
So all I knew was singing. I didn't really understand the message of the song.
Right, of course not.
I mean, I could read it, but not really understand what the song's trying to say. All I know is that the song is a bop. The song is popular, and that I have to sing it because, well, my parents told me to sing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's rolling in the deep. Yeah, that's the chorus, right? And so, right, so super like, yeah, okay. So I'm sure Adele has a reason for writing that. That's pretty intense. And you're singing it as a young girl, right?
Yes, yes.
And then you had another one of hers, Chasing Pavements, and so you have complex songs that you're coming out of the box with. And are reactions around you like, how do you do that, little girl? Or what's going on in your head? Like, I wonder when kids get up on stage and sort of take that for granted, what that's all about, right?
Oh, I did take it for granted for a while because, well, I mean, I was just a little kid, so all the people were like, "Oh, you're so cute!
Right.
Like she's singing Rolling in the Deep. How old are you, little girl?" And I'm like, "I'm only 11." So they're like, "You're so good. You could sing Adele at 11. That's amazing." And I'm like, "Thank you. I feel flattered." And so, but then my dad, he wanted me to be more serious. Like he wanted me to improve.
Right.
So he was like, try learning some more songs. So I tried to learn a few more songs. I actually started jamming with my parents often at 14. So
why do you remember that?
I remember that because that was like the first time I felt like I was in a gig.
Right.
Yeah, because there were times when my mom would be like, "I'm sorry, Mom." She would be like so late, and she was like, "Could you sing one set for me?"
Okay. No, sorry, Mom. She seems to say this with love and affection, Mom.
Yes, actually. I mean, it's true. Even my dad was like, "Oh, your mom's late again. Come here. Get down here and sing." And I was like, "Okay." And I remember being so nervous because it somehow felt so different. It wasn't just jamming. It felt like a gig. So I was so nervous. I was shaking. I remember singing Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. So I was like, "Hey, I just met you." My hand was shaking and my dad was, "Why are you shaking?" Like, I mean.
So is it just you and him next to each other?
It was, next. My dad was just on my left side. He was on the.
So it's a full band?
Yeah. Kind of. It was just a sequencer. Actually, they played this karaoke, and then my dad plays the grand piano. My cousin plays the electric guitar, and then there's two vocalists.
Okay.
So that's a setup.
But it's clearly feels like a stage and performing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like.
And I remember at the time, my cousin.
So where are you now? You in Bangkok or are you elsewhere?
Oh, we were still in Krabi.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're back, and it's like a dreamland now. Now you know there's beaches and blue water and speedboats and mountains, right? And so you're like, this is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but I felt bored. Like I was like, I want to be in the city. I want to go to school, have friends. Because at the time I was homeschooled. So it was pretty boring for me, though. It felt like paradise for tourists. For me, it wasn't. It was like. Ugh.
So Thai friends, foreign friends, or no friends?
No friends. I mean, I do know some people. I have some acquaintances. Some are from the church, and some are people I meet.
But in Krabi.
So I never really got the chance to like build relationships or deep friendships that would last.
Yeah.
It was usually just people come and go. Hi, hello. That's it.
And so the Thai is not resurging for you either. It's not coming back quickly. So is the English, are you losing the English now as well, or are you picking it up?
I think my English is pretty good than,
for sure now.
My Filipino, and I'm actually more comfortable speaking English than Filipino.
Well, if you're on the stage, you're not going to get up and say, you're not going to speak in Filipino unless there's a party, right? So you're speaking English on the stage.
Yes,
and
I
you're
do.
speaking Thai with some of the Thai staff. That's where you play.
Sometimes
like
I'd be
Saudi
like,
crop,
oh, nam na kain. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you can speak Thai. I was like, no, just 2 words, just 2 words. Don't talk to me in Thai because I cannot answer.
Yeah.
I can't say anything more than that.
Yeah.
So,
All right, but 14 is sort of the bright line in your head where you start to, you're on stage now.
Yes.
Yeah. And so how long does that last, or is it still lasting? Is that now your musical personality started at 14, really?
yes, it started at 14, and then so I actually, I forgot to tell you that before I turned 14, I was actually in the Philippines because
You went back again.
yeah, right after I turned 13, my okay, so this is another fun fact. My family encouraged me to join The Voice Kids Philippines. And so
there's a voice for old people and then there's a voice kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Voice
So there's like an audition coming up and they're like, you know what? Book a flight now to the Philippines and join, for fun. Who knows? And I was like, okay, sure. But I was really nervous because I don't like competitions. I don't like competitions at all. But I just, okay, let's give it a go. And so I went to the Philippines and then I auditioned. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky to be one of the auditionees. Is that how you call it?
Yeah. So the
that
first
would
step.
appear on screen. So even if you look up my name or something, you won't see me there. But I did pass like the basic, the first and second level of audition.
What did you sing?
Oh, I sang "Because of You" by Kelly Clarkson, and they even made me sing a Filipino song. But
Nice.
since I didn't grow up there, I didn't even know a single Filipino song. So they made me sing the national anthem, and I think I got the pronunciation wrong. So I was like, oh no, yeah. That's all I can remember.
Do you think they made you sing the national anthem as sort of like prove you're Filipino?
Maybe.
Yeah, sort of like
Maybe. And
people are trying to sneak in from Malaysia or somewhere.
Yeah,
get in our show.
maybe. Because I even told them like, oh, I just got here from Thailand, and they're like, oh, okay.
So you're Thai.
So
No, I'm not Thai.
no, I'm not Thai. But okay,
Sing the national anthem,
Sing
girl.
the national anthem, and they already like I only sang like one line, and they're like, okay, thank you.
What are the? How does the national anthem go, Frank? Give me the national anthem. Hit me.
Okay. Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mong buhay.
You got that?
Yes, I did
And
that.
then you train wrecked?
And then I train wrecked, I think, somewhere after that. And they're like,
I bet you, I'm cynical, so I bet you in some things, I bet you the judges were like, we checked this out. Like, why doesn't she learn the national anthem? So how did you sing Because of You, Kelly Clarkson? Did they say, hey, nice job?
Yes. They actually said, they gave me a really good feedback after I sang the song. And they made me sing the Filipino song after. So I was like, okay.
So, yeah, so do you think you won and then lost?
I think
You like had it and then you didn't do the Philippine thing?
I almost had it.
Right, yeah. So that's interesting. So, I mean, they wanted, they didn't want people to fly back home to win. They wanted the locals to win, the kids' voice, and be the good representatives.
I noticed that every contestant, they have these stories about themselves.
Filipino
stories,
Yeah.
like
Well, that's good.
usually to get the sympathy of the people.
Right.
So
like
more people would vote you. That's what they're going for.
Right.
And that's when I realized, sometimes talent is not enough. You need to have connections. You need to have a story.
So did you have a story say like I grew up in a
didn't.
box under the house?
No, I
with
was
the
like,
cats?
I live in the hotel with my parents.
I live in Krabi.
I live in
in a
Krabi.
five-star
I'm in
hotel.
a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
My parents are musicians and blah, blah, blah.
Have you been to PP Island voice panel? They're like, no, you're all.
And funny, another thing is, so they have this like form that you have to fill up.
Yeah.
And so they ask you just basic
boy.
information,
Yeah,
like
here
your
it comes.
name, your age. And I wrote something that might have, messed up everything. They asked me what my favorite channel was.
Oh boy.
My favorite TV network
Yeah.
channel in the
True
Philippines was.
four.
Jimmy.
So Yes.
GMA.
Yeah, I wrote GMA, which is
Yeah.
like the
Grammy.
rival channel of
ABS.
ABS.
All right, so
The Voice will
ABS,
be showing
yeah.
on that channel, ABS. So I wrote GMA, and I was thinking, oh, is that what made me lose?
Yeah. Okay, so we think the fix was in. We're not exactly sure how. You've been robbed. We're reaching out to Voice Kids to say, give her a second chance on Voice, not Kids. What is that called? Regular Voice? Normal Voice?
Just The Voice.
Come on, guys. Get back together here if you're watching
The
this.
winners are predetermined. So.
All right, the results are predetermined. So Frank is saying no chance. So
Yes,
forget The Voice.
it's true.
right.
Actually,
Everywhere.
almost every competition, even like what you
Everywhere
see
in the
on,
world?
Yeah,
Big Brother.
that's what I think.
So
I
Miss
think-
America or the Miss Filipinas pageant is fixed?
I've never heard of.
How about World
are
Cup?
pageants.
Is the World Cup Philippines fixed? Are you saying soccer is fixed? How about Formula One racing or
Not really.
MotoGP?
Not really.
Okay, so there's some limits
the-
to the fix in the
Yeah,
Philippines. All right.
just the talent search for
I don't know,
in
but
Philippines.
All right. so
I
let-
have this like opinion that everything you see on screen is scripted.
There we go. Okay,
So
so good. I'll keep that in mind.
okay.
We have the APEC folks in town, and it
Yes.
feels very unscripted right outside the door
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I feel like
Traffic.
Yeah, I feel like the possibility of getting in trouble if you do something wrong is real. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that's scripted.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
So good. So well, that must have been exciting. So were there thousands of kids?
Oh yeah.
So just a true cattle call, like
Yes.
brrr, all the
Yes,
people coming
there
together.
were thousands of kids.
Were you excited, or were you like, just put me on stage, guys? I know how to do this.
I was only a little bit excited, but I
Mm-hmm.
was mostly nervous and so exhausted because I literally just flew from Thailand.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to like rest. We just went to McDonald's, ate some burgers, and then
Nice.
just went to the venue, the audition venue, and then I had to like wait for hours. I went home at like 5 p.m. or something. We were
Nice.
there at 4 a.m.
Yeah, so that's a little taxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you go back to Thailand, or you stay in the Philippines?
I went back to Thailand after like 5 to 6 months.
Okay. So now you're 15-ish.
No,
16.
I was turning 4. I was turning
All right, 14, 15.
And
then
at the
you're-
time when I was in the Philippines, I was also like influenced by my grandfather. He used to take me to bars, and and he let me watch like blues
Okay.
band, rock band. So okay, this is different. So that's how I got to like that's how he introduced that type of genre
Nice.
to me.
And so there's a whole guitar slinger
Yes,
community in the Philippines,
I was so
right?
fascinated, and I even jammed, and so I came back to
Jammed, you
Thailand.
mean you played guitar with?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't play an instrument.
Okay, so you
I'm
jammed, you
trying to
sang
learn
with
the
them?
guitar, but
Yeah.
yeah, I sang with them,
Okay.
and they were quite like surprised. Oh, they were like, "Oh, you're 13. How do you know the song Ain't No Sunshine and
Right.
Mustang Sally?" Like, where? Well, from my father.
Yeah. Grandfather
Yeah.
or father?
Father.
Okay, and is grandfather still alive?
Yes, he is still alive.
And he's back in
Still
Manila?
kicking. Yes, he's in Manila.
Shout
just
out to
chilling.
grandfather. What's his name?
Hi, Cheeto.
Cheeto. All right.
Cheeto.
Like-
Hi, Tito Cheeto.
Like the food Cheeto?
Yeah, Cheeto.
I love Cheetos. Hey,
Me
Grandpa.
too. Me too. I love Cheetos.
But we're going to eat healthy Filipino food tonight. No, we're not
Yes.
going to Cheetos. All right. So Cheeto brings you to see guitar, blues, smoky environment, boozy environment.
Yes.
Are you getting mixed up at all in any of that nonsense? Or are you just watching the music?
I was just watching the music. I
Nice.
was there for the music. I was
Nice.
there for my grandpa. We were just, bonding.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yes.
seems rare.
And he would even so we would go on road trips and he would play some more blues music.
In the
and-
car?
In the car.
CD?
CDs. Sometimes he would play like jazz, fusion, and all that. So that's how I got to like appreciate it more. And then I started to genuinely like it.
So can you name any of it?
Any of it, I can't really remember some artists, but like Jeff Beck and
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I can't remember the other artists.
No, I'm
So,
not trying to call you out. I mean,
like,
you're in a car with your grandpa. That's fun enough. You're on a road trip to go listen to live music.
yes,
That's pretty awesome.
I had fun. I
Yeah.
had fun. Yes.
And did it turn into rock and roll, or was he strictly a sort of bluesy dude?
Oh,
Cheeto.
I think he likes all just.
So you
but
wouldn't
just
go
mainly
catch
blues,
the
jazz, or
Scorpions.
rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like if the Scorpions were there, he wouldn't drag you into a stadium or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay. You know, I don't know where that goes.
Okay.
All right. So then you're doing that for months or years or just weeks, or how'd that go?
Months.
Okay.
Months.
And then you come back here?
I came back here and
Homeschooling still?
homeschooling still,
Mhm.
but I kind of got out of focus. Like I
Right.
didn't bother to study anymore. I wanted
yeah.
to just sing and sing and sing with my parents. So that's what I did. And yeah.
So for the period of time from, let's just say 7 when you came back, or 8 or 9 or 10, would you bring a bag of books to the club where your parents were, or the venue where your parents were playing, and you were going to study, and you said to yourself, I'm going to study? Or did you forget that formality?
Actually, I wanted to forget it, but my parents would constantly remind me to bring,
Study.
bring your books,
Yeah.
bring the lampshade because it's pretty dark in the bar. So they would like, and don't forget to bring the extension cords.
Right, to plug it in.
Yeah, you have to plug it in. So it felt weird studying in a bar. So like there's this little table and,
That's awesome.
and I feel so out of place. And there's like this lampshade, there's
Nice.
light coming.
Do you have
and then
photos of that?
No, I don't. And sometimes.
Do your parents?
What?
Do your parents have photos of that?
No, they were just singing, doing their business, and I was doing mine.
Because I would say this, if we had that, I would ask for you to send that to us, and we could splice it in here, right? You at the
no.
table, like,
Unfortunately, I don't have any. I don't have any.
that would be cool. Was it
No.
like
Yeah.
a little kid's table, or was it like an
It's
adult
just
restaurant
an
table?
adult restaurant table.
Your feet can't touch the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
And it does touches the floor, and sometimes the staff would bring some cookies, and like because
Hey,
they think it looks so cute.
We have some extra filet mignon. Would you like it? Like,
Yes.
I'm studying
Yeah.
I'm studying math.
I don't know why people do that. They every time they think I'm cute, they would just bring food to me.
Of
and I'm like,
course, a little girl studying in a bar. Is
yeah,
like,
I know.
what's this?
Little girl studying in the bar, and I was like feeling so bored because I would rather be on stage
Yeah.
than do these like
I used to do that.
yeah.
During my break time, I have to study.
Yeah, but he was at war with his school too, though. So there was a whole
I totally
debate he
understand.
had. So I mean, we're gonna
Kind of like what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, you can go back and check out podcast number 5 and see Frank's history. Yeah.
All
Climbing
right.
through the fence.
I'm gonna
and
watch that.
I think he was cutting the fence so he could go home easier. So. All right, so then you homeschool, and then you sort of stop studying, and you say, yeah,
Yes.
forget about it. And so
Yes.
is education now done in your head, or is it still sticking up there and you say, I'll get back to that?
It has become my main priority now.
Yeah. So how did that happen? And so we sort of have a gap. You said you were over 20 when you signed the consent form, over 21.
Yeah.
Here to consent form for the interview. So somewhere from 16 to 20, you said it's your priority, but you had a period of years probably where you rocked or sang, right?
Yes, actually, it's from 16 to 19.
That's a long haul.
Yeah, 16 to 19. I was turning 20. So 16 to 20, I was actually studying, but I would like stop
Yeah.
once in a while. And so when I was 16, I was at Adamson University, college this time. So it was my first year, and I was studying physical education. Yeah. And Bachelor of Physical Education. It wasn't what I wanted to study. I was just there
So
to
you're
like,
starting college for a bachelor's degree at 16? That seems
Yes.
young.
That seems young because so
Okay.
I kind of quit studying at 14, but I got back to it at 15-ish
Yeah.
because there's this thing called the GED.
Right. We have those.
So if you take that and you pass, you can go straight to college. So that's how I got to college really quick.
That sounds like a good sort of, I'd call that an end run. That sounds like a good way to get around an obstacle. It's like,
Yes.
all right, I'm blowing off high school and going for the
Yes,
GED.
Exactly. But it does have its like
Right.
disadvantages.
Because
It
you don't
was-
know subject matters.
I don't know the subject. I didn't even know how I passed. Like,
Don't worry.
during my first semester, I was like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
understand. And the most challenging was the Filipino subject.
Right.
Our Filipino class was really hard
History and stuff.
history and stuff.
You're like, who?
And there's
What?
like psychology, sociology. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I can only remember 2 + 2.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, what is all this? But
Yeah.
since I do want to like pass and not make my parents disappointed, I tried to study on my own. and I did manage to pass. My grade wasn't bad, and then I stopped because there was a conflict with my transcript, and I decided to come back here and study here instead, so I could, at least be with my parents and don't have to worry because I'm far away.
Right.
I was pretty young too, so my parents are.
So they wanted you to take an entry-level math or statistics class, and you're like, oh, come on, no way, right? Is that the conflict?
Well, actually, no. It's just that in the Philippines, GED wasn't a thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they know. There's another alternative for that, but so my parents were like, okay, why don't you just come back here and study here? And I was also pretty sick.
Yeah.
I had pneumonia. So I was like, oh, I'm not getting well here. Do I go back there and just rest for a bit?
Okay.
The plan was to come back here for a while, to rest, recover, and go back to the Philippines. Because the second semester just started, but there's like a sem break because it was during Christmas. Yeah. And then we had like a Christmas gig for the three of us. And they're like, okay, you can come back here and sing with us, and then after Christmas go back to the Philippines and study. And I was like, oh, that's great. But the moment I came back here, I was like, I don't want to go back anymore.
I get it.
I don't want to go back anymore. I want to stay here. So yeah, and then at 17, because at 17 I turned 17. A few months after I turned 17, we got an offer to work at a hotel in Wahin. So that was my very first official gig. I started working.
Do you have a poster of that, or do you have any photos of that period of time?
I think I do.
All right. Let's see if you can get one to Frank to put in here if you don't mind.
All right, sure.
What was the name of is 5 people at that point, 4 people?
Oh, it was just the 3 of us, my parents and me.
So trio. What was the name of it then at that point?
Oh my God. We had a lot of names.
Like Slam Dance or some crazy
No. I think we just made it up. I was like, Dad, what do we call ourselves? And we came up with Rhythm Pilot.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, not bad.
All right, Rhythm Pilots. So the Rhythm Pilots go, and you've moved down to Wahin for this then?
Yes.
Wahin. Okay.
Wahin.
So that's a coastal town to the south of Bangkok, but easily drivable.
Yes.
Krabi is a little too far to drive.
I love Wahin. Like, if I could just live there, I would like to live there, not here.
Can you say what hotel that was?
It was in Avani.
Okay, nice.
Avani.
We're big fans of Avani. That's a nice.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. So after we worked in Avani, we moved to Sheraton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like 18 at
that has
time.
A great swimming pool, that Sheraton, right?
Yes.
The big round looping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to sing around. So there's this a restaurant, and there's like the pool surrounding us, and we would sing there, and it's Italian night. So, oh my God, we have like Italian buffet every Tuesday. I still remember that.
So you'd get to eat as a band?
Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, we can't not eat.
Right.
You know, we
checking.
need them free meals.
I thought maybe you'd be in the bathroom throwing up nervous because of your gig, but you...
I was already comfortable. I started becoming real comfortable when I came back here.
And so were you like, Stone Temple Pilots? What was your name again?
Rhythm Pilots.
Rhythm Pilots. Were the Rhythm Pilots, did you have outfits? I mean, were you all like, you wear pink, I'll wear blue, and you'll be green and
sometimes,
big shoes? Yeah, okay.
Sometimes we have like a theme or something. Yeah. But it's mostly just me and my mom. We sometimes wear the same outfit, like literally the same blouse.
Yeah.
The same color.
Right.
And my dad would try to like wear something close to what we...
Okay.
Like at least the color. So if we wear something yellow or blue, my dad would wear blue or yellow as well.
Yeah, because I'm wondering like how much you guys make yourself the identity of the hotel or vice versa. How much the hotel makes you the identity. You know what I mean? Like if they say, it's the X hotel's policy that you all have to wear like jumpsuits or something, like, wait a minute. Or if you guys had some liberty to sort of define your image in the Rhythm Pilots.
Well, they didn't really like explicitly tell us.
Right.
You have to wear this, you have to wear that, but they did tell us like, okay, just make yourself look presentable.
Right, look nice.
And just make yourselves look like a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
all.
you were hip with that? That was cool? Like, yeah, I can do that, no problem.
Yeah, it was just challenging because, my mom and I, again, sorry, Mom, we are on the plus size side. So it was challenging to dress up because most of the clothes they sell at stores are small sizes. Like the girls here, most girls here in Thailand are really petite and slim.
Right.
So we had to like choose clothes that would cover our arms, and sometimes people would
Sorry for laughing.
yeah,
okay.
people would tell us, "Oh, you look churchy." I'm like,
Yeah, all right.
yeah, no.
So there was
Yeah, but we do dress up really cool sometimes.
right. And I'm sorry if I didn't want to have a, well, I guess that would be a image discussion. That wasn't the purpose of I was trying to get. It was just
Okay.
like how, like were you having fun and being yourself and wearing your stuff, or were you sort of in some corporate machinery that you're
There
like?
were days when I wasn't having fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like I wasn't being myself. And there
Yeah.
were days like, okay, I'm going to dress up however I want, be myself, be comfortable in my own.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How about song selection?
mostly, what?
Song selections. Were you making your own choices, like good pop music that you liked, or was it, sing the Chinese national anthem, and you're like, oh no, I hate singing that one, or I love it, singing that one.
Well, when it comes to song selections, my dad, he usually makes a list of songs we're going to play for the night.
And you thought that
Sometimes
was
it's random though, like he thinks about it on stage. He doesn't really like make a list. And it depends because there are customers who would like come up to us and tell us, "Could you play this song?" So
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
And so were you were probably had 500 songs in your head by 17, 18,000.
I wouldn't say 500, but okay, maybe more than 100, like a 200.
And would you, with the cell phone, would you look up lyrics and sing off the phone?
Not my phone, my tablet.
Right, so tablet.
Yes,
And you'd
tablet.
have a little music stand behind you.
Yes, that's right. And I used to play the cajon
Yeah.
while singing, and my dad would play the acoustic guitar. My mom would, sing and play the tambourine and shakers. That's how we looked
So
like.
did you stand behind it to play it?
No, sometimes I do stand because there's like a stand
Right.
for the cajon.
And you do it from a chair, or how would you do it?
Sometimes I sit, sometimes I stand. It depends.
And did you and mom have dance routines?
My mom wanted to have dance routines,
And
but
you
I was
said
like,
no.
Mom, that's so no,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
So even my dad was like, "Yeah, that's not the kind of setup we're going for.
Yeah.
We're an acoustic band, so we don't need to have some choreography or something."
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's where my mom, originally came
Yeah, of course.
from. Like she was used to it was like a show band ish.
All right.
Yeah, that's where she started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw some photos of her from years ago as I scrolled through the limited social media your family has, and I thought, yeah, I mean, she looks like she probably had some dance routines that she had to sing to that were probably awesome. So Bee Gees
Yes.
stuff, or like
Yes.
Staying Alive.
I remember singing. So I was around 14 at the time, and I wasn't really like performance-wise energetic. And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
would tell me, "Could you please try to move a little?
Yeah.
You look like a stick. You're so stiff, and you're not even dancing. Like it's out of beat."
Yeah.
So she was like, "Do this, do that, do this."
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, because I'm no dancer, but she likes to dance sometimes. She wants us to look like performers, energetic performers on
Yeah.
stage. So
Do you ever foresee a musical version of you that is a dance singer?
sometimes.
Yeah. I never, I mean, so Frank and I play, we're in a band, we do stuff, and I don't, I guess I grew up understanding Michael Jackson, or seeing him and watching him and saying, oh, that's, wow, but the Beatles were my favorite and they didn't dance. So, I had these alternate worlds that were available to me to see, and I didn't dislike the music because there was dance to it, but I was never really drawn to stuff that had dancers per se, so I just wonder what now, with so many just incredible massive performances where people dance so hard, like it's like, what is this? But yeah, I guess Tom Jones did too in the 60s and 70s, so I really don't know what I'm saying here, but I wonder if as musicians, I don't think Adele dances on stage, right? I think she just sings, right?
No.
Right.
No,
So
no.
I guess that's the model we're talking about here, right?
Yes,
You're not
yes.
okay. All right. All right. So then 19's another inflection point. You say the degree. I want to start nailing this degree down and start finishing my studies, or
I went back to studying at 20.
okay.
Yeah,
And so, what is your major
last
again
year. Okay, my major now, because I just transferred to another faculty.
Yes.
My major is biotechnology, food tech. Yeah,
now?
so food technology.
Biotechnology, food tech.
Yes.
And what school are you at?
I'm in Assumption University,
Oh, nice.
campus.
Yeah. Which campus?
It's in Ramkhamhaeng, Hua
Right.
Ma.
Right. And that's Catholic school.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just interviewed someone from there 2 days ago from the
Oh,
law
really?
school. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, I
They
might
have
know
a-
him.
they have
Or-
another campus in Bangkok, do they? Or no?
It's in Bang Na.
Right,
It's
right.
very far.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
okay.
I hadn't changed my major, I would be going
yeah.
there instead.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so, biotech, so food tech. What's your goal with those?
Well, I am really curious about food science or anything science, really, like vaccines and medicines. So I decided to do biotechnology because it covers like mostly, all stuff about in general science. And one day, if I graduate and get lucky, I kind of want to be in the research and development. Yeah, I want to work in the lab and create something cool.
Like a COVID-19 vaccine?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Not like a code in a computer
Or-
that does an algorithm for which face looks
Yeah,
the
there's
best.
another
Okay.
another field, but
All right.
yeah, maybe I might get interested in that soon.
And so is Assumption teaching English?
Yep,
Does- yeah,
yeah,
okay.
They do.
Huh. And so how far along are you in your studies?
Well, it's actually challenging at first.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So
if there's a 4-year program, are you
there's
have a
a-
year done? Or 1 month
I'm
done?
only in my first semester. No, it's actually my second semester
Okay.
now.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
first semester just ended,
Right.
and first year, by the way. I know I'm too old, but
No.
my parents told me not to rush anyways. So yeah, and I decided I wanted to really pursue this major because I'm
Yeah.
really interested in it. So I don't really mind about how far.
Yeah. No, and I'm not trying to
Yeah,
make you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
It's what it is. So are
Yeah.
you
Some people are though.
all right,
They're
well,
like, oh, you're 22.
skip them, right? All right. So now how there's a gap here in terms of you expressing preferences 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds and then choosing a biotech life. What happened? Did you COVID? Or was there some dramatic event, or did you just say, I'm going to start studying and this is what I'm going to focus on, and I can do it at Assumption, and I got a campus, and I can move out of Wahin, and I can go up there, and I'm going to try this?
Okay. Actually, my plan to study biotech already, I already thought about it at 14. And my dad was actually the one responsible for that. He was like, did you know there's this major called food technology? You can learn about food and science at the same time, because he knows I love food and I love science. So you can combine these two together. I actually thought he made that up.
Right.
He just made that up.
Just fooling with you.
So I was searching, food technology, and there's one in Assumption. I was like, wow, Dad, it actually is a major. Oh,
Yeah.
really? So, okay, go for it. But then since I was homeschooled and I didn't really have a good background in science and maths, not even the basics,
Right.
I got scared. I was looking at all the subjects we have to learn. I was like, oh, I can't do this. So I thought, choose an easier major. So the first one I got was in the Philippines. I was studying Bachelor of Physical Education. And then when I came back here, I was working and then went back to studies. My major before biotechnology is actually business English.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if I want to work, if I want to sing, if I want to pursue music while studying, I should be choosing a major that's not going to be too stressful for me. But then my relatives were like, that major is too easy. Why not go for something harder? So I was like, I don't really want to do business. So it's like, what else? Oh, there's science. And then my friend, it's actually her fault why I'm in biotechnology
There
right
we
now,
go.
because she was like, hey, I'm moving to biotechnology. We used to be in the same major, like our previous major. And she was like, I'm moving to biotechnology. And I was like, what, girl, you're leaving me? And I was like, no, let me go with you. And then I realized that up until now, I still wanted to do
Yeah.
biotech anyways, because that's what I wanted when I was 14. So why don't I just stop being scared and actually, take it seriously, take it and then work hard for it.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so the friend shall remain nameless, but you're now studying, you're living in Bangkok?
Yes.
And you also are playing music and singing?
Yes, at night. Yep, every night.
Right.
Every night. So
Right. So, yeah. So however hard you're studying, you're still putting in your vocal practice, right?
Yes.
And so you're playing in the city and you play with another musician?
Yes. He's like my godfather.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like a uncle, father.
Right. So he
Plays
does
the piano for me.
piano, and you sing in the Tongler Ekamai area?
Tonglo, yes.
Uh-huh. And can you name the name of this joint?
It's a Japanese club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you sing 4 hours, 2 hours?
Yeah, about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Depends on the guests.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people want us to play longer.
Right. So so tonight you singing?
Yes, I am.
And so you're going to sing for 3 hours. You're going to sing 60 songs, 40 songs?
Probably 40 to 60 songs, maybe 40, because my
Partner sings.
partner sings
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. And do you leave the stage or do you sit there and
Oh, I just
dance?
sit there and do whatever. Usually,
Do you study bio?
but third, I used to do that, but
Not in this place. She did this somewhere else. Yeah.
I do like there's this locker room I would go to.
Okay, you would
do
do
my
it on
homework
stage. Yeah, there you
real
go.
fast because I only had like 15 minutes break. So I would like write essays and stuff and then submit it to my professor, and then you go back on stage and be like, hey guys, welcome to your second set, yo.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the same on the other, next break.
So you do 7 nights a week?
No. Just 5 actually.
Okay, 5.
There were times like on Sundays, my other musician friend would call me and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
can you sing for me tonight here at?" So I would
Okay.
go.
Okay, and so what is your set list like?
My set list
Is all pop standards and Japanese songs?
It's all mixed.
Yeah.
So they're very random too.
Do you learn 2 to 5 new songs a week and have to read the lyrics, or are you?
I feel guilty about this. I actually don't really learn songs recently, but I'm planning to. I have to because I'm in a Japanese club, so I have to like add more Japanese songs.
Yeah.
Currently, I only have one.
What's the name of it?
First Love.
It's a Japanese song that's in Japanese called First Love.
Yes.
What's the name in Japanese?
Oh, I don't know. It's just called First Love. I don't know the truth.
Is it in English or Japanese?
It's well, the title is English, but the song itself is
All right,
Japanese.
Can you say the first 5 words that you sing for us?
Saigo no kisu wa taba.
Shogo, can you check that for us?
Flavor ga shita. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
because our drummer's Japanese, so we're gonna.
Oh, really?
So Shogo, there it is. So what is it called again?
First Love.
First Love. We'll have to ask Shogo tonight when we play if he knows the song First Love. And then we'll have to ask him to sing it. And then we'll see who sings it better. Because I have a feeling you do. All right, well, good. Well, so I think we just ran through sort of and brought ourselves current on your path, which is, you were singing at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And you picked up live entertainment at a young age, and now you're a hardcore performer, regardless of whether you think that or not. You're playing 5 nights a week, which is a musician, right?
Yes.
Right, that's your gig.
Yeah.
And you're studying. So,
Yes.
you have 2 occupations. One is student, one is musician. And you're making your way through school, hopefully with.
Yes.
But so I that's a very cool story. So
Is it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's interesting to me, and
Oh.
it's interesting in particular as we, look at Asia, and as I don't really know Asia that well and Asian culture, and since this is Roman Anton Philippine Week, we're learning about the transition and sort of the family units and how they operate. But we also learned about you, so I thought that was a cool story. So
Yeah.
thanks for coming in today. So
Okay.
did you have anything else you wanted to bring up? any social media or any sponsorship garbage or just anything that's important to you? I'm sorry for calling it garbage if it's important.
I don't really have anything going on, nothing major.
Okay.
Just I am active on social media, but it's just personal stuff,
Okay.
not music stuff yet. But if you guys want to, you can just like follow me on Instagram or Facebook. You
Which
can
is
just
what?
plug that in, right?
What is
like,
it?
My Instagram is just MK Tutay 9.
Okay, MK Tutay, and Tutay is Tutay.
Yes.
And MK are initials, MK,
Yes.
not some other ways. So MK Tutay 9. All right, well, cool. Well, that's it can start from there. So why don't we do this? Do you mind singing? You okay? You said you felt a little under the weather today, but do you mind playing a song with Frank here? We'll try and set this stuff up.
All right.
All right, cool. So why don't we do this? Take a bio break, not
All right.
a biotechnology break, but a bio break, and then set up the mics, and then we'll do that, and then we'll hit the road to go eat some Philippine food.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's do this.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
All right.
having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. All righty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 2 of the Roman Anton Podcast. We are going to hear MK Tutay, Mary Kay Mendoza, playing her own song, right, Frank? Yes. Make You Feel. And Frankensville Hungad is going to be accompanying her on this song. So MK Tutay and Frankensville Hungad playing the original song, Make You Feel, on the Roman Anton Podcast. Thank you very much.
Take 100.
Slow down, you keep saying he's wonderful. You feel so shy whenever he's around. And whenever I'm about to cry, he always seems to make me smile. I want him and I cannot hide that I need him by my side. I know that we just met, but you've been on my mind for a while now. This is crazy, and maybe if you give me a chance, I'll show you how I feel. How I feel. They say I'm being a little too hasty, but it's just 'cause I need you in my life, oh baby. Just give me a chance and I'll make you feel special. Make you feel, and there he goes singing flawlessly. Sometimes I wish that he was doing all that for me. This is wishful thinking. I spend my time daydreaming, now feeling butterflies whenever you talk to me. It seems that you want me to, but you're confusing, yet I'm using. Baby, let's be real. Don't wanna be assuming this cheesy song I'm singing just shows how crazy I am for you. And whenever I'm about to cry, he always seems to make me smile. I want him and I cannot hide that I need him by my side. I know that we just met, but baby, you've been on my mind for a while now. This is crazy, and maybe if you give me a chance, I'll show you how I feel. How I feel. They say I'm being a little too hasty, but it's just 'cause I need you in my life, oh baby. Just give me a chance and I'll make you feel special. Make you feel.
Okay, thanks.
I think that's good.
Okay, MK Tutay, we are at Lola's Kitchen. We are in part 3 of the Roman Anton Podcast, and we are going to eat Filipino food.
Yes. I'm
So,
excited.
do you know any Filipino foods?
I do know a few dishes.
Did we order any of them?
Yes, we did. I think.
Which ones?
So adobo, some sisig, and lechon, I think.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, earlier you played a song. Could you remind me the title of your song?
So the title of the song is Make You Feel.
When did you write that?
I wrote it sometime last year, around July.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay, so recently.
It was recent, yes.
So
yes.
how long have you been songwriting?
Oh, I think I started songwriting at like 7. It wasn't serious though. It's just me being a kid writing, making stuff up, and you're thinking it's a song, but it isn't really.
Yeah.
So I started writing songs seriously at 11.
Melodies only?
12, just words and melodies, both words
Yeah,
and
words and
melodies.
melodies.
Because at the time I was learning how to play the guitar, and I only know how to play like 5 chords.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of like making up some melodies and putting words in it to turn it into a song.
1, 3,
It's
5, 4, 5. Yeah.
It
Okay.
was just random, so random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this song, was there a process to it, or was it you crying over some event, or was it you happy over some event, or was it? Where did it come from?
Okay, so clearly this really cheesy song I wrote is
No.
it is cheesy.
It's
to
not
me.
cheesy.
It is cheesy, but so it happened because I was inspired. I was really inspired by this guy I met online. This is so embarrassing, and what he did, it started off as a challenge because I was in a group chat with my friends who I happened to meet online too, because I used to stream online on streaming apps, and I met them and we made this group chat, and then they were trying to like make songs for fun, and then I was like, oh, why don't I write one for myself too? And then I thought about what should I write about, and at the time I was having this really huge crush on a guy, and he's also a musician, and I was like, okay.
Was he in
So-
town or was streaming? So it
He was just streaming. He's in the Philippines, and
and you were here.
yes, I was here,
Okay.
and we never met in person, but we did meet on the streaming app.
I'm trying to think of one of the lines in there that talked about singing something that he did well.
Yes, he was like, so every time we stream,
Yeah.
he would sometimes, hop in and join us, because there were like multiple streams.
Okay.
You could stream all at the same time, you and your friends. So he would just join us and sing a song, and I would just, sit there and watch and, fangirl over him.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Like, oh,
All right.
And-
That's what I sort of thought when I listened to you play it the second time. I thought,
Yes.
okay, that's a
Yes.
piece I missed, so I
Yes.
wanted to ask about that.
Mhm.
Well, that's cool. So you wrote that and you recorded that with Frank, or you worked together to get that a draft of that down.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I just wrote the lyrics, and then I was like, I need a better melody, because I couldn't play an instrument. I mean, I could play the guitar, but I totally forgot how to. So I was like, okay, why don't I look up some songs, instrumentals on YouTube? And then I saw this one track. I was like, oh, this is the kind of vibe I'm going for. I like this one. So while I was playing, I was just looking at my lyrics and trying to like sing it while the track was playing. And I was like, oh my god, it sounds perfect. And then since I don't want to like get copyright or something,
Right.
I contacted Frank. I was like, hey, I heard you produce music, you write songs, and could you help me with this one?
Yeah.
And okay, send it to me and let me listen. And he liked it, so I was like, okay, could you please? Yeah. And then we started working on it, and then he offered to record the song with me in Hawaii.
Nice. So what was the? Did you have the sound of the drums in your head? Did you have the bass line roughly?
I was imagining it, yeah.
That's
and
the weird
he
part,
did,
right?
And yes, and what he did turned out to be like 80% of what I wanted. So it's really good. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Even my parents were like, "Oh, Frank, thank you so much."
Nice.
Yes.
You didn't ask them to help?
I did.
Yeah.
They're just there to support me through listening to my stuff.
No, I'm not being critical one way or the other. It's just you had a collaborator and you had Frank on this and you had the pieces of it. So I was just trying to figure out. And so was it 6 months to done in your head, or was it done in a day and you had the sound and then, you know what I'm saying, is when did you think it started and when did you think it was done? Did you have that all sort of worked out? Or is it not done yet? Are you like, oh, I want to go back in with a symphony?
No, I just did it, and then I kind of trusted him. I was like, okay, you do your thing. I'm gonna leave this to you, and I didn't think it took I don't even think it took a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was pretty fast. He really liked the song. He was hooked.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start working on this one. And in just like less than a month, it's already done. He just wanted me to record it.
Okay.
Yes.
So then your second song you'd mentioned, was it an earlier one or a later one?
Oh, it's an early one, way earlier.
And have you recorded that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I did, but it was just a raw version.
Yeah.
I sent him the audio, and he was like, okay, let's work on this one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And so the 5,000 of them that you have in a notebook somewhere, are they coming out, or were those to get you ready for these? What you have historical stuff, you have old stuff somewhere that you wrote, or none?
Oh, nah.
Come on.
Not really, no.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. I love you, Bobby. None of that old stuff.
No,
Your early Beatles period doesn't exist.
Oh, no, not really.
All right. No, it doesn't have to. It's just,
Okay.
I'm just curious about the process, right? Where you're a writer, you're a musician, you have a great voice, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, if there's process around how you attack the new thoughts in your head.
Well, it's usually just me being inspired by someone. It's always a love song.
Yeah.
It's actually my new goal right now to write something that's about something else, not just love.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What is that one?
Oh, this one's adobo.
Adobo. Do you eat that on rice or on a plate, or both?
Oh, I eat it with rice. You eat everything with rice.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a rice guy. I grew up in an area where we didn't. Yeah, I know. I grew up with potatoes.
Right. But you have to eat rice now.
I don't. Every now and then Frank will talk me into it. But.
And about songwriting, it started because one of my influences was Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So I remember when I was 8, I first heard the song Love Story.
Is that her song?
Yes, that's her song. First I thought it was Hannah Montana singing.
Right.
And then I looked it up on YouTube. I was like, oh, she's so pretty, she's so cool, I'm going to be just like her. And then I heard she writes songs. So my classmates and I, we were in like first grade. We really were big fans of Taylor Swift. So we tried to like write songs and stuff. It was just for fun.
So what year did she come to your attention? I don't know how long she's been doing her thing.
Well, I think she was just about to like get famous.
2010?
2009.
No, okay, so around that period of time. So you were here or there? Here, Philippines?
I was in the Philippines.
Okay. And so you got Taylor Swifted in the Philippines, and she was, and so, thank you. Very nice. And so Hannah Montana is Miley Cyrus, right?
Yes.
And so different musicians, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and so did you like one more than the other, or was because they're different sort of styles too?
They're different. I like them both. They have different styles, and I also heard Miley writes her songs.
Frank, I'm saying you're saving you some. Yeah, right, later. Yeah, so, all right, we gotta get a camera shot on this. Yeah, cool, okay, so they modeled good behaviors for you, you liked them,
Yes.
you thought they're cool, they sing well, they write their own stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and so one sort of has some dancing stuff she does, right?
Yes.
I keep getting back to that because I was curious if, Adele is the hard model, or if Miley or Beyonce or one of the dancing singers who is a tremendous show person is one of the models for you, or how that works.
Well, Taylor Swift was like the first artist, the first model, and then as I grew up, gradually I get to know more artists, like Beyonce, Whitney Houston,
Right, Whitney.
And other bands.
You were already singing these girls, though.
Yes, I started. My dad started pushing me, training me to sing diva songs at 12, 11.
So what other divas were there?
Well, my dad wanted me to get into like soul music, so he would often let me listen to Aretha Franklin and more other artists.
And could you relate to them because you could sing with them and sort of?
I think I could.
Yeah, like, so they're older than you, they're from a different part of the world, and you're singing along with them like, I got this.
Yes.
Yeah, I never thought of that as being like having a relationship with a much older foreign artist who's inspirational, that helps your style develop, right? Which is sort of weird to me. Because I'm Beatles, I'm like, sort of looked like me, acted like me, were older or younger than me, whatever. But it's not. It's just sort of. It was a much easier sell for me. So I'm going to put this big thing in my mouth, and then I can ask you a question.
Okay. I think I should start here.
Yeah, please.
These look great.
We can cut these gaps out.
You okay?
Or not. We'll come up with a signal if you have food on your face. So now, if you're eating a rice dinner, do you have this big thing on your dish when you just eat into it and put all your other stuff on it?
What do you mean?
I gotta know the etiquette for rice. Like, you have a rice, I have a rice, so we're not sharing them.
Yeah.
So I can do whatever I want with my rice,
You can
right?
do whatever you want with it.
Is that Philippine style, or is there a big pile that you put some on your plate all the time?
Oh, well, sometimes they get directly from the rice cooker
Right,
with a serving spoon, or sometimes they put it in a big bowl.
in the big bowl.
And then-
That's more Thai style, right? You put the big old thing out on the table with a bunch
It's almost
of...
the same in the Philippines.
yeah.
You do the same thing. So there's just big serving spoon, and then you kind of distribute the rice.
And every dish is going to have rice,
equally.
right?
Yeah.
Did you order
Every
one?
dish.
You pointed at one that maybe doesn't have rice in it, though. What was it?
Oh, it's the crispy
Crispy, yeah.
chicken sisig.
So
yeah.
you'd still eat that with rice, though, I bet, right?
Yes, you can eat it without rice too, though.
But you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not a rice guy. I mean, I'm not fascinated by rice, but it enters my life in many ways here, right?
I love all carbs, so rice, potatoes, all that.
Yeah.
Pasta.
Yeah, we had one early we talked about. Doritos? No.
Doritos.
Maybe that was a Netflix show I watched. Are you a junk food eater?
Sometimes.
Well, where did that come in Philippines or here or both?
I think it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't normally eat that stuff because my parents would
Yeah.
really encourage me to eat that.
Yeah.
But I started eating it often lately.
Yeah, I mean, you're studying, you're working, you're on the fly, it's easy to eat. It catches everyone, I think.
Yes.
7-Eleven style. It's just,
7-Eleven.
you grab it,
Right.
you grab when you didn't try.
That's actually what I do every night. So every time we take a break, I would run to 7-Eleven, grab whatever, maybe a burger or some chips, but usually just a sandwich or anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was interrupting. I was so caught up in my own thought, I wanted to interrupt yours, so I apologize for that. Okay, so you get your meals before work? Do you have to eat on an empty stomach, or sing on an empty stomach, or does it matter anymore?
Well, I normally eat late in the afternoon, so that's probably 2 hours before I go to work.
Is that a breakfast?
Kinda.
Yeah, so you're waking up late because you
Yes.
stay out.
Yes.
And do you drink at work? Have you started that routine yet?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
because our customers would offer.
Right. Hey, here's a gin and tonic, tequila. And you're like, oh,
yeah, all
yeah.
that, and sometimes you can't refuse. And I would put it with a tip, $100.
Right.
You gotta drink it.
Well, let's be
sometimes you
clear.
feel pressured.
You can refuse, but it's not polite to refuse.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
So we're clear. We don't want to say that your work is
Yes.
jail, but yeah. Okay, so so the food thing, culturally, so the rice and the whole thing, and for me, is just the expedition, because a lot of times I'll get it and I don't want it, but more often than not, they'll say, would you like rice with that? And I'll say no, and they'll be like, Masaman guy without rice? Like, how are you going to eat it? Like a soup? And I'm like, yeah, I'll eat it out of a bowl. Beautiful.
Oh, and this is, I think this one's bistec.
Bistec, okay.
Yes.
You got a
I
camera?
like this one more
right.
than adobo.
Good. I'll let you serve yourself. You can.
right.
There's different stuff to pick out, so I don't want to jump on the spoon. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna show.
Yeah.
We got the.
One of my favorites.
Is that it?
That's good.
All right. There it is. Bistec. It doesn't sound very Filipino. It sounds sort of like an American thing.
This is good. Really good.
Yes, indeed. So I'd throw it on top. I realized I wrecked my rice pile when I threw it on top, so I'm going to live with my mess here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could just put it on top of your rice.
Yeah,
I'm a sauce girl, so.
All right, I'm going to jump in with the clean spoon here. I'm not contaminating the field.
me try this one.
Right. Gonna be an embarrassing one on film. I'm gonna go for the onions, even though I'm singing. So
I love onions.
who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Come on now. So can you cook? Are you a cook?
Oh, I can't cook at all. I mean, I can, but like basic instant noodles, fried eggs, omelet, hot dogs. But I can't really cook like these Filipino dishes. My parents are trying to teach me though, but I'm just not patient.
Who's the better cook, mom or dad?
Oh my god, that's a hard question. They have different styles though. My dad's on the more on the Thai, like he wants to learn Thai dishes. And my mom, well, she likes to cook a lot, some Filipino dishes. I think they're both good.
So is dad hotter
Maybe.
if he likes the Thai?
Yes. Well, when it comes to Thai food, my mom would always just let dad cook. But Filipino food, they both can cook.
Yeah. So I don't consider Filipino food hot. Like at Lola's Kitchen, I've had 2 dishes now, and neither have knocked me out. If I were in a Thai restaurant, the percentages would be 1 of 2 would have hit me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But ours is pretty bland. And not so bland, but it's just not spicy.
Yeah, the
like Thai
peppers aren't leaping out visually either.
food.
Beautiful. What is this guy?
I think this one's pakbet.
That's right.
Wait,
What's it called?
pakbet.
Okay. Is that
Yes.
next veggie? I'm gonna try a different camera view. See the steam coming off?
Oh yeah.
It's burning my fingers on that one. It's my left hand. There you go. Pakbet. Sounds like a Thai dish. Oh, so we've got a Thai dish at a Philippine restaurant. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Pakbet. I'm going to start over here just to keep this going, and you can chew, and then we'll catch back up. Pakbet. Frank, so clarify for me, is this Thai dish or a Filipino dish? And this is...
I think it's from, I'm not sure if it's from Ilocano.
Yes.
Yeah, this is from her mother's place.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. So
She
this...
cooks this a lot.
Okay, Mom, you're missing the pakbet. If that's the name of it, right? I'm going to slide it over to you. You can manage it your way. Pull this guy out of the way. Pakbet. And so is this like a squash in here?
Yes.
We use that word? Is that the same word?
Yes. There's some crispy pork.
Sorry, guys, don't worry about it. I apologize for that. Beautiful.
There's like eggplant. Yeah. I love the crispy pork.
Well, good. Now that we have these folks in, why don't we do this? Why don't we call it a day?
And we'll close off the Roman Anton Podcast here at Lola's Kitchen on Sukhumvit in Bangkok. I'm with MK, the lady herself. She played her original song with Frank tonight, so thanks for doing it. It's a pleasure meeting you. Let's get some pictures of this food and keep eating, all right? All right, Franco, we good?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
1, 2, 3, quiet.